Hi, it's Saad Khiri, a full stack web developer. I'm here to help you understanding Flask macro framework. Let's start explaining what is HTTP. When a URL is entered into a browser, an HTTP request is sent to the server. Hypertext Transfer Protocol is the system the internet uses to interact and communicate between computers and servers. The server interprets the request and sends appropriate HTTP requests, which, if all goes as expected, contains the requested information to be displayed by the browser. Having already begun to design websites, the next step is to write the code that takes care of the server side processing, receiving that HTTP request and interpreting it and generating a response for the user. Okay, Flask macro framework is written in Python that makes it easy to get a simple web application running with some features that can be useful in the development process. In this video, we will build together a simple app using Flask macro framework. Let's start. Desktop. Okay, I will run my terminal. Open my terminal window. Desktop. Okay. We will use virtual env to install Flask. Virtual env is a tool that creates isolated Python development environments on your computer. So why is this useful? Say you see a Python library that you want to try out. If you install this library system-wide, you run the risk of messing up other libraries you have installed. Instead, you can use virtual env to first create an isolated environment and then safely install the library inside this environment without affecting the rest of your computer. You can then keep this virtual environment around for more development work or simply delete it when you are finished trying it out. Either way, your system remains organized and clutter-free. Okay, I suppose you have good background about Python, so let's start by installing pip3. We must install pip3 to install virtual env. Sudo apt get install python 3 pip. Okay, I already have it. Then we will install virtual env pip3 install virtual env. Okay, I already have virtual env installed, so that's why it's running this out. Then I will make a folder for my project. Let's call it test, cd test. Then I will create a virtual environment in this folder by typing virtual env and name the environment, let's say venv. Okay, installing stuff tools complete ماشي. Let's check what's the new ls. Okay, virtual env created a new folder named venv that contains a fresh copy of Python and the package installer pip. Once we have done this, let's activate our environment by typing source venv sorry bin activate. You can see that we are inside the virtual environment because of the venv that shows up in front of permit here. Okay, let's install Flask by typing pip3 install Flask. Okay, installed in our virtual environment. Flask code is generally stored inside app.py. So let's create app.py file by typing touch app.py. Let's open it using Atom. Okay. First, I will import the Flask class from the Flask module. So from Flask module, import Flask class. Then I will instantiate a new web application called app using Flask class. Name it mean this file. Flask it's about routes, and one way to configure routing is to use the app.route decorator at app.route. And this means execute the function immediately below. We should provide the route, the URL, let's say just a flash. Then we define our function, let's say index, which will return hello to me. Finally, finish up the file with this if statement, if underscore name equal main. App.run debug debug equal true. The debug equal true flag here is set so that we will see any error message along the way. Let's try opening our terminal. Let's say Python 3 app dot by, open it. Okay, it's displayed our return statement, hello, it's me. It's the most simple app using Flask. We can add some URL with variables. Say app.route and provide a URL with string. It's written on this column and name our string, let's say name. Okay, execute the next function, let's say def, and name it hello, which should take the name as a parameter, and return hello name. Glad seeing you here. Let's just run it. Sorry, close it. This is right. Slash, let's say our name is Sat. Okay, hello Sat, glad seeing you here. Anything Python is capable of can be used. For example, name can be capitalized before it's displayed. Okay, let's try it. I name equal name dot capitalize. Okay, let's try it again. It's capitalized here. This is capital. So it's a simple app using Flask. Uh, Demonstrating Flask is all about just routes. Thank you.